What up, people? Welcome to a special on-the-go sprinkler salt edition of the Salty Thoughts of Mike Step podcast. I'm going to entitle this episode the Money Mike request episode. Yes, my homie, my bro, Money Mike asked me to get on the airwaves and give my thoughts about last night's irritating, disgusting, inconceivable, unexplainable loss in Game 5 at the Garden, at the Mecca, by the New York Knickerbockers against the Detroit Pistons. We lost 106-103 in a game that we were up 3-1. Now we're up 3-2 going back to Detroit. And there's so many angles I could go against concerning this game. Unfortunately, Jalen Brunson had an off game. I think he was 4-16, 4-18, something to that effect. Injured his ankle once again late in the game. Karl Anthony Towns came up small because he was in foul trouble. But what else is new? One bright spot, Mitch Robinson did put in work from the bench. I believe he had like 13 points, 11 rebounds, something to that effect. I'm going off the top of my head. I don't have my trusty notes. But what was asked of me, and what people have talked about throughout the season, and specifically throughout this series, is the lack of usage from our bench. In particular, Precious Achiuwa. Do you know that Precious Achiuwa has yet to receive 1 second off the bench in the series? Would we not need his toughness? Would we not need his versatility? Would we not need his size against this Detroit defense, these Detroit goons, if I say so myself? You know, do we not need at least 6 fouls? I'm not saying Precious Achiuwa is a goon. No. I mean, he's filled in admirably. Anytime he's been asked to come up to fill in, I mean, the majority of the season we was out Mitch Rob, and he filled in, right? So what's going on? Last night, in particular, and I don't know why they letting all these people just get through. Yeah, that's right, Bogard. Go ahead, Mr. Parks Department. Bogard your way in. But I don't know why. Last night, situation happened with under two minutes left. Around 2 minutes left in the game. Both Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart had to come out the game because both of them got injured temporarily. We had 1 timeout left. Do you know that we were not able to check them back in the game until about 30 seconds left in the game? Even though we had 1 timeout, we gave up 4 possessions down without getting the most clutch player, not only on our team, but in the league, and Josh Hart, back in the game. Now, in those possessions, Campaign, Mr. Floater. Okay. Mikal Bridges, soft ass, missed a couple shots. Karl Anthony Towns did not do what we're paying him to do, what we traded for him to do. Yes, I know he's come up big in Game 3 and Game 4, and I'm not discounting that. But if anything, if I put this loss on anybody, and I hate to say it, I have to put it on Coach Tibbs. The way he's using his rotation, the way he's using his bench or lack thereof. I'm sorry, I love Deuce McBride, but this time Deuce McBride is getting double the minutes of Campaign, and yet Campaign has been a more effective player for us at times. I don't expect them to put Tyler Kolek in the game right now because he's a rookie, but at certain times, things gotta happen. You gotta get a spark from somewhere. You have to throw a wrench in the game plan of Detroit. If Detroit wants to beat us up, then give them multiple players to beat up. That's my philosophy. But two players in particular, Mikal Bridges, I'm sorry. I mean, look, he has his shots here and there, but he has not given us not nan what we thought we was going to get from Mikal Bridges. I'm not saying he's supposed to be the second option, but he's not even damn near the third option. He's the fourth option, and a lot of times he's the fifth option behind Josh Hart. He gives us nothing on the offensive end consistently, and defensively, he's hit and miss. OG had a 7-0 spurt, I believe, in the second quarter, and then after that, crickets. Cat, how are you allowing yourself to be manhandled by Tobias Harris? Tobias Harris. I mean, all the fears that we had concerning Karl Anthony Towns has reared its head at times. The toughest player on his team is Jalen Brunson. But right now, you can tell he's compromised by that ankle. And throughout his toughness, that's allowing him to come back over and over and over and over again. And I really believe whatever tweak, whatever injury he sustained in Game 4 affected him in Game 5 because he only had one day off. So they were able to shoot him up. He was able to play off adrenaline at the end of Game 4, drop 15 in the fourth quarter. But that travel and that lack of extra rest, I really think reared his head in Game 5. And that's where we need other players to step up. That 2.5 minute period in which Hart and Brunson could not check back in the game, Nan Person stepped up. Cat didn't step up. OG didn't step up. Bridges didn't step up. How many times do I have to see this mother effer shoot a three from the corner and hit the side of the backboard? Another reason why at times, why I say, like I said, Mitch Robb had his best game of the series yesterday, but at certain times you cannot have him on the court because they go to that hacker Mitch. And he has proven time and time again that he is not to be trusted at the free throw line. I think we missed 10, 11 free throws last night. We're what? 16 to 28, 16 to 27 from the line. At the same time, Detroit missed 10 free throws, and we lost by 3. Maybe, just maybe, if you put pressures in there, we make 3 free throws, or we don't miss 11. How about that? I don't know. Like, I'm not, listen. Orange and blue skies, baby. Orange and blue skies, baby. I originally picked the Knicks to win in 6. And my man Money Mike said, no, 5. Like King Kong Bundy. 5. Like Big E. 5. But I said 6. You want to know why I said 6? Because unfortunately, the Knicks have always been known to trick off a game. They've always been known to lose a game that they should have won. Now, a lot of people can say, we won a game that we should have lost in Game 4, but not feeding into that narrative at all, as this pollen is really rearing its ugly head into my nose. So, we go back to Detroit for Game 6. Now, the lower averages say we're probably going to have to come back for Game 7. That there's no way that the Knicks are going to sweep Detroit at home. But the lower averages also say there's no reason why Detroit should have won 4 times at Madison Square Garden this season already. We're 1-4 against Detroit at Madison Square Garden. So why can't we be 3-0 in this series? This is eerily reminiscent of last year's first round series against Philly, except for one important thing. Last year, we had to worry about the dynamic Tyrese Maxey, and we had to worry about Embiid before he just pretty much coughed it up and gave up. They had more offensive threats. I'm not scared of Tim Hardaway Jr. I'm sorry. Yeah, he could get hot, so what? I'm not scared of Tobias Harris. What Cat needs to do is punish Tobias Harris. I'm not scared of Malik Beasley. I'm not really scared of Cade Cunningham. He's had one decent game this series. Just so happened it was in the fourth quarter last night. And a lot of that had to do with coaching. I'm not scared of J.B. Bickerstaff. We beat him before. And we shall do so again this time. Knicks in 6, baby. Knicks in 6. Are they going to call the game close? Or are they going to let them play? Are they going to try to make up for the faux pas that happened in Game 6? I mean, in Game 4 in Detroit? Should we put the goons in? I don't know. But we got scrappy people. The one thing that a lot of us has said this season, and until proven otherwise, is going to be the case, is the fact that last season our team had a little more heart, had a little more toughness. And that's not even counting Julius, because Julius wasn't with her for our playoff run. But the big ragu, best believe if we had the big ragu, some of that shit that be happening against Detroit wouldn't be happening. I mean, in a roundabout way, the big ragu, DiVincenzo, was our enforcer. No, I don't know what happened. Bridges and Towns they bring a higher skill set, but they bring a lower toughness threshold. There's nothing we could do about it now. I mean, those five first round draft picks for Mikal Bridges is starting to look really bad in the light. But nothing we can do about it now. We're stuck with them for this year, and next year, I don't know. But I'll be back after Game 6, after a victorious Game 6. Yeah, I said it. What, you think I'm gonna cower in the face of adversity? No, I am not. If this mother effer doesn't drive, and then he want to speed up when I speed up. Mother effer. Or my favorite word that I've neglected to say during this 14 minutes and 32 seconds, cocksucker. Anyway, I'll be back after Game 6, or the afternoon after Game 6, to revel in our victory, to revel and get ready for the next test, the second round matchup against the Boston Celtics. I do not plan on talking about the Detroit Pistons going into Game 7 on Saturday because, tell you the truth, you know what? No fear. No fear. Orange and blue skies, baby. Orange, blue skies. Yeah, so until next time, Mike Steph signing off. Goodbye.